at the school. She's from this school. My sister-in-law is from this school, and no offense to the people in Glenview, but we are probably going to end up sending our three kids to this school.
Let's do it.
I brought in Brandin Brown, new coach from HF. A week or two ago, I had former coach Dismukes on,
Yep, yep.
um, and he trashed you, said you were terrible hire. He said,
Sounds about right. Sounds about
yeah,
right.
he was like, yeah, his ass should have ended up at like Bloom, but I'm just playing. I'm so happy you could join me. Let me tell you the reason. Um, so it's not really basketball that you stopped on Roosevelt to talk to me,
Yep,
right, with a smile. I'm
yep,
like that stuck in my head.
for sure.
Uh, and you know, man, you've been around. So many people are so self-absorbed
Yep,
and high and by. And for me, and my wife hates it, but
yep.
I talk to everyone and anyone and all day.
I love it.
So when you stopped and, I think I was with my son.
You were, yeah,
Yeah,
yep. You and your
I
son,
mean,
yeah.
he's always with me, bro. Um, I was just, when we were walking back to the car, I was like, that's how you treat people that you don't know.
Love it.
You always talk. And I said, it's not weird to talk to people.
Yep. Not never, never, never. I agree.
So let's get into you. I had Brost on earlier this week, another guy who trashed you and said how bad
Yep.
you were.
I
Um,
expect nothing less.
Tell me about your experience at Bolingbrook.
Yeah, no, it was great. Being in Bolingbrook for 3 years, under Bros. The staff there was great. The kids, were great as well. It's kind of where, as I became an adult, my family and I moved out to the Bolingbrook area. I was able to establish a program, out in the area as well. And Coach Brost and we kind of built a relationship over the years. I actually started the feeder program, with Bolingbrook, and that was kind of my first um, interaction with Coach Brost. Is me presenting him with an idea to do a feeder program. Unfortunately, COVID happened right around the time we got going, so we were only able to do it for a year. Then COVID hit, so it kind of went away. But that was the start of another program that I created. And Bros, again, we just kept in touch over the years. His son actually came to play in the program as well. I did a year at
What's the name of the program?
Flight Athletics, Flight
Thank you.
Basketball. Yep.
Yes.
So yeah, we stayed connected there. I was at St. Vitor a year before I went to Bolingbrook. Great friend of mine, Michael O'Keefe, brought me on, gave me an opportunity in the high school space. Did that for a year after speaking with Bros and just the opportunity to be closer to home. It wasn't even just a basketball decision, but also a family decision, right? Just being right there, going to practice every day, interacting with a lot of the kids that have come through Flight as well. And, just under Bros, I'm extremely thankful because he must have saw something in me that I didn't necessarily even see in myself, because he allowed me to do so much there for the program, kind of learn everything I needed to know, which again presented this opportunity here at Homewood-Flossmoor.
He's such a good dude.
Oh, great guy. Great guy.
I mean, I never met him
Yep.
ever. Okay. And I brought my son Saturday. We went down to Champaign
Yep.
to watch practice. And I walk in the gym, and probably within 20 seconds, we were like two fishing buddies.
Yep, that's
Right?
Bros for you.
Yeah, right. And it's just him and I were talking about it, and I talk about it a lot, is how awesome of a vehicle basketball is
For sure.
to build relationships,
Absolutely.
right?
Absolutely.
Like here, I have you on, and I just had Dismukes on and Brost on, and
Yep.
like it just right, and it's all basketball relationships. Like I got Mike Bailey from St. Pat's to join
Yep.
because Klein Schmidt, Hyde Camp, and Livatino did it,
Yep. For sure.
right? So children and fathers, I want to let you know we all talk.
Yep.
It is a very, very small fraternity,
For sure.
and you never want to burn a bridge.
Not at all.
Um, did you start flight?
I did, yeah. So I started flight myself and Marcus Riley, partner
Well,
of
I have to
mine.
stop you then. I fucking hate you. Your teams would beat my suburban little white kids every goddamn weekend. You know how many times I must have said to Marcus McGrath, "Hey, can you switch this game and not put us against flight?"
Yeah, no. It was yeah. We started it right after COVID. So like I said, before COVID,
Yeah.
we did the Junior Raiders, the feeder program with Bolingbrook. COVID hit, just it became harder to get into schools,
Yeah.
do things via feeder. So that's how we started flight. And then again, flight, we're just blessed enough to have families trusting us and our vision to develop players on and off the floor. And it just kind of caught fire over the course of a few years, which allowed us to do some special things as a program.
So I've had some loaded little kid teams. Okay.
Yep.
We're gonna get to your one next that has the here's so here's a group I had together. Are you ready? I don't
Yep.
know. You might have heard of Nick Martinelli,
Yep. Nick. Yep.
right? We might have heard of him. Um, Danny Wolf,
Wow.
Cooper Nord at Cornell,
Yep.
Bobby Durkin, Minnesota,
Wow. Yeah.
um, Jackson Pavletsky, who's at Ohio.
Yep.
Um, five. Trying to think, was there Jack Fitzgerald, Pat Fitzgerald's son,
Yeah.
Asa Thomas,
Yep. Wow.
Furman,
You guys were loaded.
bro, Josh Fridman played
Jeez.
up.
Yep.
Wait, Jeremy Fears,
Wow.
right? So loaded,
You
right?
loaded.
You know, we had fun. The memories are great, but you had a loaded team. And let's talk about Cole Kelly, Brady Pettigrew, Darius Hawkins.
Yeah, and what's funny is I would like to see that team compete against. So that was the 2028 class. So our 2028 class with flight, we had Brady Pettigrew, Cole Kelly, Ethan Vaughn, Darius Hawkins, Braden Porter from Yorkville,
Did you have the
and
Peoria kid?
huh?
Did you have Amarion Smith Holly?
We did not have a Marion Smith Holly. We did not. But then the class above that, right? We had Jackson Davis,
I remember.
Davion Thompson, Devin Cleveland, Michael Pierre, Travis,
I hate you.
Travis Brown at West Aurora.
Awesome.
Yeah, so I mean,
Awesome.
again, the list goes on. Cameron Dunson Riggs down in like Bloomington area, like so for those teams, right? Like I would love to see like those guys play each other now, just because they've done a great job of developing over the course of the last few years, and that's what flight was about, right? Just to give the kids a platform early on to develop. Iron sharpens iron. They went around the country, they did some things together, built lifelong relationships, and even now they're connected, we're connected. If they ever needed anything from me, I'm always checking in with those guys as well. So to your point earlier, this thing is all about relationships, right? And that's one thing that I hold most, is those relationships that we're able to establish with not only the players but those parents as well.
This is so cool. I mean, it's so cool, man. Like we all share the same love.
Yep,
We all want to help kids.
for sure.
Um, we're all junkies,
Yep.
right? So it's so cool. Like someone asked me the other day, do I get sick of this? And I said, do I get sick of talking groups with different
Right,
people? I said, are you kidding me? And the networking I've done, and so
for
I
sure.
started this 4 weeks ago.
Wow.
And the networking I've done, right, has been unbelievable. And it's not about me, it's about you guys. Like
Yep.
no one knows your story. You know, they might know like a little thing they read in the paper or on a website,
Yep.
but no one knows, your upbringing and how you got here and your philosophy, right? And
For sure.
that's what I wanted. Um, so tell me about, be honest, I'm gonna hold you to it.
Yep.
How many people interviewed for that HF job?
Honestly, I don't know.
I think one.
Really.
You. You.
Yeah, to be honest with you, I don't know. Again, having the opportunity to interview for it a few years ago when Jameer did get it, and he's still a great friend of mine. He was a great friend of mine then, and not getting it then, right? It was one of those things, and I was like, hey, I don't know if I'll ever have the opportunity to get it, but I would love to eventually have that, job. And again, with him going to college and then opening back up, like for me, I was like, I just really want to put my best foot forward and prepare the best I can for the interview. So again, like I'm not sure how many people interviewed for it or applied for it, but I was just locked in on it.
I'm going to tell you why I'm going to say one.
Why's
I
that?
have data to back myself up. Um, I know so many dudes that applied for it
Yep.
and didn't even get like a response.
Wow. Okay.
And your name was floated immediately.
Yep.
And when that, I mean, come on, man. You've been around, I've been around, right? It's not what you know, it's who you know. I don't care what anyone says.
Yeah.
You need to make people feel good.
Yep.
You're in a room. And yeah, I mean, I said to a few of my friends that, they're winning coaches.
Yeah.
I said, well, first off, let me tell you, I want to move my family down there because they have black coaches. And
Yeah.
unfortunately, you are a white coach. So I'm happy about that.
Yep.
I said, second, I go, man, South Suburbs a different animal.
For sure.
I had Michael Orris, remember he went to Crete,
Yeah.
and I'd go down there. Capel was the coach, and it's a good old boys club, just like the Catholic League, right?
Yeah.
And I would explain, like, dude, I'm not bringing some random dude from the north suburbs, right? Because the tradition. Let's just talk
For
about
sure.
it. Like HF tradition is amazing, right? Everyone knows
Absolutely.
facilities, you win, compete. Everyone knows when you play an HF team, like it's not going to be a pushover.
Yep.
So the culture's there, and I when I read about you and learned about you, I was like, oh yeah, what a great hire, what a great hire.
I
I mean,
really
everyone
appreciate
else, bros, and everyone else thought it was a shitty hire.
that.
Just playing.
No,
But
no, no, for sure.
uh, other reason I wanted you on, all these children I talk to, they talk about hoops, they randomly talk about people, but Brady Pettigrew kept talking about you.
I really appreciate that.
Um, how you've influenced his life, how you're such a big part of how he got to where he is, right? And I'm like, well, that's a no-brainer, right? Like everything. I was like, dude, new coach, HF, Pettigrew loves him. My wife teaches there. I actually, did you know they get to do virtual conferences, HF teachers?
Yes, yes. I've actually had the conversation with our potential student athletes and just say, hey, make sure you guys hop on those Zoom calls with your parents, right? Because that's not something that we had before, right? The parents would go to the school, they would
Yeah.
come back with a report like, hey, you're either doing what you're supposed to do or you're not. You know, now again, it's an opportunity for the kids to connect and the parents to connect with the teacher all at once. So I did hear about that here the last few weeks.
Do you know how big of bullshit that is? That she's at home chilling, maybe doing her nails, and occasionally has a Zoom.
I love it. I love it.
I don't. I teach in Chicago. I'm with the two other PE teachers right now. We have to be here Monday.
Absolutely.
We have to sit in here Monday, and I mean, no one comes to see the PE teacher.
Yeah.
So I'll just edit some pods. Um, Tell me, what do you think, if any, is a big difference between Bolingbrook and HF?
Yeah, I mean it's very similar, very very similar. The two from just like the culture that Broson's built, and just again the culture of Homewood-Flossmoor and what Coach JD built there as well. I think just the people in general, it's very similar in terms of, like the expectation, right? Um, and again, not the expectation to win of anything like that, because obviously that's going to be there, but the expectation just to always do the right thing, right? I think that's the same whether you go to HF or Bolingbrook. The thing I'll say about HF, just having gone there, went to elementary school there, middle school
Oh,
there.
you went to HF?
I went to HF. I
When did you
graduated
graduate?
in '07.
My sister-in-law is Camille Bryant. Do you know that?
Okay. Yeah, I'm familiar with it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Yep. So yeah, I graduated from HF in '07. I went to Parker Junior High, which feeds into HF. I went to
Where'd you grow
Haverhill,
up? Homewood? Hazel
Flossmoor.
Crest?
Flossmoor.
Awesome. Okay.
Yeah, yep. So again, my family's still out there, and so
I
for
like it.
me, I don't know if there's like a drastic difference between the two,
Mhm.
but for me, just home with Flossmoor is home, right? It's just
Yeah.
where I grew up. I spent 25 years of my life before, I moved
Awesome.
and moved to the southwest suburbs. And but at the same token, right, like this is where my kids call home, right? Like we still live here in the Bolingbrook area. But like home for me will always be home with Flossmoor.
No, dude, I love it there. And you know what else I love there?
What's up?
The Dairy Queen in Homewood.
Yeah, yep. I grew up going to Dairy Queen. They got the wooden log there. You kind of get your ice cream, sit there. Yep. Whether it was after baseball games or Friday night or whatever it was, I
Right.
spent a lot of time there at that Dairy Queen.
Homewood Dairy Queen, baby.
Yeah, yep.
And you know what else I like? And it's one of my favorites out of all of them is the Herald's in Homewood
Okay.
is one of the best. And I will tell you, so I will give you a funny story. So obviously, if you look at the wrapping is a white, bald suburban guy. So I go to pick up, I ordered a bucket before I went to my mother-in-law's. So I walk in and I go to order and I said, "Can I have that please fried hard?"
Yep.
The dude came out from the kitchen. Who the fuck said that? And I was like, me. He's like, how the fuck you know about that? I said, my wife's black and black don't crack. So that's how I know about it. But that's one of my favorite heralds. And that
Sure.
my kids have been to that Dairy Queen so many times. My son has dropped his ice cream and I had to rebuy it a few times.
Absolutely. I trust me. I've been there before on both ends, right? I've been the little kid that drops his ice cream, but I've also been the parent that had to go, purchase it again. So I definitely get it.
My dad would make me pick it up if I wanted it. He
I
would not. No way.
love him. I love him.
Yeah. No way. There's no way. Yeah, no way. So tell me about the season.
Yeah, so super excited. The guys are working, whether it's the weight room or open gym, and really just preparing their bodies. So we should be young but extremely competitive. I certainly love our team, and just they're all sponges right now. They're all sponges. And again with the coaching staff, most of them which was unique, right? I was able to retain all of the coaches from JD's regime and add a few in and just move some guys around, right? So, I think it definitely says a lot for those guys that have had the success over the last few years. and just to be able to continue to have them work with the kids. I mean, it's been seamless thus far.
And it's cool that you got to reunite with Hawkins.
For sure, for sure. You know, certainly from where he was back in fifth grade to where he is now, it's certainly night and day. But you know, again, just having that relationship prior, that's something that, like I said, I don't take for granted.
You you know what I love most about him? And
What's that?
I'm the only person that'll say this. You think it 100% because you
Yep,
coach. He plays with a lot of class.
for sure, for sure.
People talk about his scoring and his hard nose, and bro, that's so generic to me. I
Yep,
love that he Jabari Parker played with class,
yep,
right? Um, yeah, man, he plays with class, and he is such he, he's so much more mature than his age
for sure.
on the court. He's such a like phenomenal communicator,
Yep,
um, proven winner,
absolutely.
wants to win, wants to get his teammates to win.
Yep.
And that's why I'm so excited you got it, and not some of these idiots that are not. Um,
Yeah, it's you know, again with Darius, he works extremely hard, right? And because of
so much
how
class.
how hard he works, right, he expects everyone around him to work that hard as well, right? So if you're
Yeah.
around him and you're not working hard, you almost feel like, hey, I'm not supposed to be here. So again, I think what everyone sees is just the result of his hard work. But at the same token, right, he's extremely coachable. He's extremely coachable, right? Because for him, right, because he's having so much success at the high school level, we want to make sure that that translates to the college level, right? And for him, he's like, hey, whatever I have to do to make sure that that's the case, I'm gonna do it. And he's so laser focused on that, and you just don't see that from a 15, 16-year-old kid ever.
Hey, let's be honest. I don't see that from 30 and 40-year-old men.
Absolutely.
Right? Like, I mean,
Absolutely.
let's go a little bit further. Yeah, man, he's such a kudos to his parents
Oh, for sure. Great,
because I
great. They
mean,
do a great
God,
job
they
with
did
them.
an awesome job.
Great job with them.
I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Let me pause this.
Okay.
What were you gonna say?
No, I was just saying they've done and they're doing a great job with them. You know, again, for him to be such a great communicator, they're also great communicators as well. So, yeah, no, extremely excited, you know, just for him and, you know, this season as well.
I'm excited, man. I gotta be honest. I was trying to get to stuff in the summer that y'all were in with my son,
Yeah,
and then I'd look at the Google Maps, and I'm like, shit.
there's no way.
Like, like Rich Township is so far.
For sure.
When I took Jonah to Champaign, we were on 57. I'm like, oh my God, this
Yep.
is where this is. Oh,
Yep.
man. Um, so far. What Thanksgiving tournament are you guys in?
Yeah, so we're gonna go back. We've been doing the Chicago Heights Classic. I mean, even when I played there, we were doing it. I think we might have started in '06. So I think that was the
Yeah.
first year we did it, and we've been there ever since. So, yeah, so we'll start there on that Monday of Thanksgiving, and you know we'll finish out the day after Thanksgiving.
Who's in it?
So every year I haven't actually had the opportunity to see the field, but every year, you know, we're going to be in it. Marian Catholic's going to be in it, so we'll end up playing them on our side, and then on the other side, it's going to be Hillcrest and Bloom. So typically, what happens, you know, whichever team comes out, we'll play, you know, in the championship the day after Thanksgiving. So whether it's, you know, on our side, which is us and Marion, and then whoever else, and then on their side, which is Bloom, Hillcrest, and you know a few other teams, they'll compete on Friday.
Who's winning it?
Um, Well, I mean, again, I'm
Who's
not
winning
sure,
it?
but
Who's winning it?
yeah, I mean, I expect us to win it.
Okay.
Of course, as a competitor, but again, we're so young this year. I just don't know what to
Yeah.
expect from our guys.
That's a valid statement. I'll give you that. That's valid. Um, who who do you think I mean, out of respect, everyone's talented, but who do you think your biggest competitor is in your conference?
Yeah, I mean, again, our conference is never easy. Haven't had the experience there when I was at Bolingbrook as well. And, just the level of coaching in our conference always makes it tough, right? And now with Lincoln Way East having a college level coach coming to the conference, I'm sure they're going to be, extremely competitive again. But
Yeah,
I
who's
guess
their coach? I just read it. Who's their coach?
Yakovich, or
Yes.
yeah,
Oh,
I apologize
no,
if I'm saying that
Luke
name incorrectly.
Yelich.
Yelich, yeah,
Yeah, there you go.
yep. So, yeah, again, I apologize if I said the name incorrectly, but
Oh,
just the level of respect
yeah.
that I have for him, and just what he's done even during the Joliet days as well, right? Like, so I expect them to be extremely competitive,
Oh, for sure.
and then the list goes on from there. Lockport. They have some kids that also have come through the flight program, so I know they're certainly capable as well. But again, the coaches staff that they have there, and I think with our conference, on any night anybody can be beat.
All right, so you do not wear an HF jacket and you are coaching for another program. And I call you up. What's the scout on Brandin Brown and HF?
Yeah, I mean, for us, I like we're going to be extremely disciplined, right? Like we're not going to beat ourselves. We're going to play extremely hard, right? And then we'll be connected. When we talk about defensively, everyone being on one accord. So again, for us, I think best case scenario, when we lose, teams have really earned it by their execution and how hard they play as well.
Give me, out of all the players you've ever coached, give me a 10 all-star team.
10-player All Star team.
Yep, out of everyone you've ever coached. And I
Jeez.
swear to you, Brandon, if you say, this is going to be hard, help
Yeah,
me,
and
somebody out, I don't want to hear
it
it.
will. It will. I mean, I guess if I had to do it, I would have to just give you the 10 players that I got now at HF.
Nope, can't do it. I need of all time.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it really just depends. Are we looking at high school? Are we looking at AAU? Or
10 of the best players that Brandin Brown has led into battle.
man, again, I just it would be tough to give you 10.
Well, you're going to give me 10.
Yeah, but it would be tough to give you 10. Um, I think it just really depends on the matchup. It depends on where we play. It depends on how old the kids are. It really just depends. I just couldn't
Give
do
me
it.
10.
Again, it would be hard. It would be impossible for me to do it. I'd be leaving
Give
someone
me
out, and I'll end up losing the game.
give me a starting five.
Starting five. Okay, if we're talking about high school, or are we talking about?
Whatever makes you comfortable. Starting, I've coached some great players and I could do a starting five. And listen, sorry if I insult anyone, but it's my opinion.
Yeah, no, I certainly understand it. Um, Geez, if I was doing a starting five, and if I was just going based off of this, what I'll do because I haven't coached the HF, I'll go based off of the kids that we had at Bolingbrook. Certainly my starting five would be JT Pettigrew, Davion Thompson, Brady Pettigrew, Makai Cooper, and this is where it's gonna get hard for me. Geez, I would have to probably go. They're gonna kill me. Um,
You're leaving, you coached Cole Kelly and
yeah.
Ethan Ball, and you're
So
leaving them out.
yeah, no, like so with this, I'm just saying all Bolingbrook kids, right? The kids that I had when I was at Bolingbrook. So the fifth, uh, I would probably say Jason Lawani. He's just a kid now playing at Milwaukee Tech, earns everything that he gets. Always says yes. I mean, he's by no means perfect ever on the court, but again, he's always going to try his hardest.
Fun fact, another one, just thought of it. You know who one of my business partners was once upon a time?
Who's that?
Mr. Pat Woods.
Okay, all
Yeah.
right.
Mr. Pat Woods, who needs to get back into coaching.
Yeah,
I know he misses it. He can't.
yeah, I talk to him often, and by no means is he shy or ashamed to say that he does miss it.
Yeah,
Um,
man. And he's a high level guy. Like he can coach his ass off.
for sure, 100%, and that's someone as well. Like before and even going forward, that I'll certainly rely on just to pick his brain, and I don't take that for granted. The relationship that I have with him either.
So I'm going to share a Pat Wood story, and he thinks I don't know that he watches. I know he watches this. Um, I'm going to share a Pat Wood story. So I met him in 2006. I was his student teacher at
Yep.
okay, bro. I walk in the first day, punk ass kid. I was a punk ass, like 20 something year old. And bro hands me his laptop and says, I'll see you in 8 weeks. That was my student teaching experience. And I tell people all the time, they're like, that's it? That's what you did? I'm like, it was the best thing
Yep.
because I mean, I had to figure it out. I had a
Sink or
class of,
swim.
yep, I had a class of 63 seniors.
Love it.
And I mean, come on, man. The world's my stage.
Yep.
And but I'll never forget that. What a dick. What a dick. Yeah,
You're
Pat, I'm
better
talking
for
about
it.
you.
You're better for
Oh, listen, I tell people all the time. It was, they're like, how'd you learn anything? I'm like, because that's how we used to learn. I learned how to swim by my dad throwing me into the deep end.
Yep.
You take swim lessons. I either sunk or I swam, right? Oh man, Woods. I need to I need to text with him more. I like
Yeah.
him. And he's always so
Actually,
serious.
now that you give me that story, and I apologize, top five Bolingbrook, I would have to put Trey Bros in there actually. So I would need a
Okay.
six man. So I think
Okay.
Jason would have to move back to the six man, and
I like
Trey,
it.
yeah, Trey would have to go in there.
He's really, really mature, man.
He is. He is. He
He's
he doesn't get the credit all of the time that he deserves, but again, like I just told you, being better for it. I think with Trey, like him one getting that opportunity to play in college, right? Like that's all the credit that he certainly needs.
man, his those coaches at Michigan Tech, they're super lucky, man.
Yep.
He is a floor general. He's mature. He's coachable.
Yep.
You know
All of
who, you know who
he
he kind of
goes so
reminds me
hard.
of?
Yep.
Similar attributes is I remember Josh Fridman.
Yeah. Yep.
He's at Illinois Wesleyan. He was freshman of the year.
Yep.
Very, very, very high IQ, great personalities, leader. Every time they talked, you could hear how much of a winner they were, right? Very humble. When talking to Trey, that was a big thing, and I had to like not gush over it. I had to
Yeah.
blow his head up, but
Trey
he's
gets it. Um, you
That is,
know, again, like he's extremely self-aware, right? And that's not something that you see from, and he was like that way at, 15, 16 years old. But now as a senior, I'm excited to see, the jump that he makes again from his junior year to a senior year.
oh God, I love mature kids, man. It's such a blessing in today's society because these kids are stuck on their phones and lack simple social skills.
For sure.
Give you an example. I have a gym in Northbrook. Do you remember Joy the Game?
Yeah, yep. Actually, so I grew up playing with the Rising Stars. So Brian Davis and Octavius Parker and those
Yeah.
guys. Yeah, grew up playing
So,
there.
I have a gym across the highway, and this is a perfect example of what we're talking about. So I'm standing in the gym. I'm talking to one of 38 trainers that use the place, maybe 40 trainers, um, and they all do the same shit. I'll tell you that right now. In, out, cross, behind the back, travel, double dribble, and then a shot.
Yep.
But their kids can't pass with their weekend. So I'm standing there, and these two high school kids just walk right by me. So I go on my social media and I don't know them, but I share this. I go, man, I'm downstairs just now in my gym, and these two high school boys walked right by me, didn't say anything. How the hell are you going to be a great husband and father? Coach, before I went to bed that night, I had two DMs in my Insta from those boys apologizing.
Yeah,
And I was like, bro, it's not just about me. I said, when you go get a job or anything, I said, the most social person is the one who gets hired,
for sure.
right? Oh, who else should we look for besides Darius this year?
Yeah. So we're young, but again, our seniors are going to be great glue guys. Marvin Douglas, Caden Dixon, Ethan Jackson. Those are the three seniors that we're certainly going to rely on. Danny Ruffin is a junior that, again, no one knows about. But, I haven't seen too many kids that really love the game and work hard and
Yeah.
play. He leaves it all out there on the floor every opportunity that he gets. But, again, the list goes on to Jeff Cade and, Sam and those guys. So, again, though we're young and, we don't have a ton of varsity experience, I think it's going to be a good opportunity for a lot of guys to come in and have, be able to help us, right? Like, so, it might be games where we go 10 deep, where we just got to figure out who's playing well and who's playing hard and, what we're going to get. John Brown is another one. I mean, he's a sophomore, 6'6, 6'7", can shoot it.
He's,
Super athletic, but he's a kid that hasn't had the opportunity to play a ton over the last few years. But this is going to be a year that will certainly highly depend on him to go out there and really compete.
if I asked you who wins in a one-on-one in their prime, you or Brost?
Oof, I, I think I would give that one.
Oh,
I think I would give that one. It would probably be a good game, but I think I might get that one.
it's a game to 2021. What's the score?
In Brose's prime, I'll give him 19. I'll
Nice.
19.
So, what's the winning shot look like?
Three. Three. Now
Are
I
you
got it.
are you talking shit after?
Nah, not really me. I'll just, thank him for a good game, and
I'd punch you in the face if you said
I'll thank him for a good game, and I would certainly enjoy that steak dinner that would be up for grabs as well. So,
that. Who wins in a one-on-one in their prime? Pat Woods or Coach Brost?
Oof, that would be a good game. I think they give. They're playing a 21. The score is 20-20, and whoever has the ball is gonna win that one.
Are they following each other?
Oh, for sure, absolutely, absolutely.
All right, to finish up, I always ask this question, and it's one of my favorite things to listen to. In 90 years, when Brandon Brown moves on and goes home to God, Jesus, whoever you believe in, and people ask, how do you remember him?
Yep.
How do you want to be remembered?
I want to be the most impactful coach that has ever come through the door at Homewood-Flossmoor.
What does that look like?
Again, I want, from processes in place that, are there when I'm gone, right? Like just the culture and the way that, they go about their business. Um, I think winning does come with building a great culture, and it being sustainable, but also, just someone that gets into the community, helps others, supports the school in general, right? No matter what it is, but just being overall impactful from top to bottom, from the classroom to the community to on court, as well as again pushing coaches that that I coach with to wherever they want to go. Um, so yeah, like I said, I think that's always been my passion, not necessarily to be the winningest coach or whatever that looks like, but just being the most impactful. Again, when we talk about sending kids to school, right, getting the most scholarship dollars, careers from it, just changing the trajectory of people's lives. I think that's kind of where I want to hang my hat.
I'm in. I'm ready. You can coach my son. I'm in. I'm in, but you better curse him out when he doesn't play hard. And I'll tell you this, if he doesn't play hard, he knows.
Oh, for sure,
He
for
knows. He knows he's walking home.
sure.
He knows. Um, we were at U of I Saturday and one of the Illinois players fell.
Yep.
Softy, such a pussy. And my 7-year-old stands up and goes, "Get up, you pussy."
Oh, wow.
Right? Underwood immediately. Hello there. But that's what it's about, bro. I'm sorry. Playing this game, it's war.
Yeah, for sure.
War.
For sure. And that's the one thing that, I certainly um explain to our players like, hey, we're gonna have a great time when we're not between the lines, but when we
Yeah.
step between those lines, like we're at war, and we just gotta go in with that mindset that, like we gotta be willing to do whatever it takes to win the basketball game. It's not gonna look pretty all the time, but again, we're at war.
It's my favorite thing, man. I before my sons tackle football games, I'm embarrassed, but I'll share this. We watch war movies.
Gladiator a little bit.
Crazy stuff. And then I bring it to the football field. Example, so I always tell him um, to get in the backfield on defense, I want you to think that there's a floating $100 bill. If there was a $100 bill floating around, you would be going full speed trying to grab that $100 bill.
Yeah.
Brandon, you should see my boy get to the line like fucking Micah Parsons. Like, and he's 7, he's in second grade.
Yep.
So thank you for joining me. Man, I'm so rooting for you more than probably because I'm going to end up being a resident in that area. You're young, so you're going to have to coach my son.
I really,
So
yeah,
you
no
don't have a
doubt.
choice. Um, if I just want to leave you with this, how I describe you to people. Okay. an outgoing guy that really, really cares about these dudes being great husbands and fathers.
I really appreciate that. Yeah, I don't take that lightly either.
Nope. And that's why I brought you on. I, wanted to use my platform so people got to know you, but you share a similar love, and that's helping kids, providing opportunities, and kicking their ass when they don't play hard.
For sure, absolutely. And again, like I said, I really appreciate the opportunity to come on and be a part of this. If I can do anything for you or anyone else listening, certainly, feel free to reach out.
All right, man, you're the man. Good luck. And can my son and I come to practice?
Yeah, of course. Like I said,
Love it.
anything I can do, you got a open invitation. Open invitation.
Awesome, bro. Well, I will see you soon, and keep being you.
I really appreciate that.
All right, bro. I'll talk to you soon.
All right, sounds good.